What's going on, people, and welcome to my recap and player ratings for yesterday's game. Manchester United 0, Manchester City 3. I predicted a 3-1 before the game got ahead, or went ahead, so I was only one goal off my prediction. Not surprised by the result. I expected City to win, but the overall performance from the team was not good enough. Even if we would have lost, like, I expect more, and they didn't deliver. I feel like there was a couple of players that got above average and the rest were either average or below, but the majority were below average for me. I didn't quite understand Ten Hag starting 11 again. There was about 3 or 4 I disagreed with, and it showed again that, like, it doesn't work. Varane not being in the side, he said, was a tactical thing, which that worked wonderfully, didn't it? I never expect us to beat City, really, but we haven't got a terrible record against them. We've proven that we can get results against them, but you can't turn up like we did yesterday with the attitude and the effort and expect to even get a draw. Like, we didn't deserve anything from the game. So I'm not surprised by the result, but I'm disgusted by the effort and the overall quality of the players because they didn't turn up. And Ten Hag looked a bit helpless and clueless most of the game, I thought. His subs didn't work, his starting 11 didn't work. I don't think it will affect us in terms of playing other teams, but against your rivals and your City rivals as well, you got to be doing a lot more than we did, like, period. So I think it was a failure on all parts pretty much yesterday, apart from a couple of players, which I'll get into. In terms of the starting 11, Maguire started, I wouldn't have started him. McTominay started, I wouldn't have started him. And Eriksen started, and I felt like Eriksen wasn't one of the worst before he came off, but I wouldn't have started with him. So that's 3 players there that I wouldn't have started with the bat. I also don't understand why. I mean, I could push it to 4 or 5 because I think Reguilon should have started, and he puts Lindelof at left back again, and then Reguilon comes on later on. Like, I thought Lindelof had a poor game, and I'm a fan of Lindelof, but he was terrible. I thought Evans was terrible. So when he's picking certain players before the game's even kicked off, and I don't like it, and then the results prove that we were right, like, it's an absolute shambles. Because it's not the first time he's done this. Player ratings, Onana 7, he was my man of the match. I felt like he made countless saves. It could have been a lot more goals in it for City if it weren't for Onana. I don't think he can do anything about any of the goals, and I thought he saved quite a few efforts as well. 7, Delo 4. I don't think he was terrible, but he wasn't brilliant either. Got exposed at times, but all the back forwarded, to be honest. Maguire 4. I don't think he was the worst either. He was just slightly better than Evans and Lindelof, him and Delo, I thought, but still not great. His pace is always a problem as well. Evans and Lindelof, I gave them both a 3. I quite like Evans as well, as I like Lindelof, but they were both terrible. Most of the goals come through them too, and their mistakes and not picking up runners and marking people. Lindelof is playing out of position, but we've seen him play at left back before and do a better job than he did. But I thought him and Evans were just drastically terrible yesterday. Not good enough. Both get a 3. Amrabat in the midfield, I gave him a 4. His energy and his work rate's always there, but he doesn't offer a lot on the ball, I don't feel like, going forward. There's not a lot of creativity with him, and I feel like he did get bypassed in the midfield, even though he's more naturally a defensive player. I don't think he added enough yesterday. McTominay 4. They seem to play McTominay further forward, almost in a 10, instead of playing him where Eriksen was playing, which I didn't quite understand. He wasn't a threat in the box this game either, like he has been. Poor. 4. Fernandes 4, didn't really affect the game, didn't grab it by the neck when you need your captain to, and then he's bitching and moaning at the ref after we're 1 or 2-0 down. Like, it's too late at that point to then start throwing your toys out the pram. 4, Eriksen 5, I had him as a 4 for most of the game, but I felt as it went on he got better, and he put some decent balls into the box for people that they should have done better with, I think. So I think Eriksen did okay in the end. I gave him a 5, but it's a massive game for him in this, and he's definitely not combative, but on the ball I thought he was pretty good. Rashford 4, very quiet, didn't get a lot of touches on the ball, couldn't use his pace to threaten the defence because we didn't get the ball to him enough. Quiet, not good enough. Højlund, I actually thought had a decent game, 6. I thought he He troubled the defence a few times, even with just holding the ball up and being strong. And he did set up a Bruno chance, which Bruno just missed the target from very close range after a wonderful run and balance and effort from Højlund. And Bruno can't even get a shot on target from a few yards out, which he should have. So I actually thought Højlund's effort and overall play, considering he hardly saw the ball, was very good. Promising signs. I hope we don't ruin him. 6. Ten Hag, I'd give him a 3 because the starting 11 again, 3 or 4 of them players I wouldn't have started with, and I've been proven right again. And then the subs he did bring on, they didn't change the game. Not starting Varane as well for tactical reasons, like just I don't know what he's on about. And then the subs we had Reguilon, Mount, Antony, Martial, and Garnacho. I gave Reguilon, Martial, and Garnacho all an average. Wasn't terrible when they came on, but didn't really do anything either. Mount a 4, but a lot of it wasn't his fault. I don't think he got on the ball enough from his teammates providing him the ball. His work rate was good, but he didn't get the service from his other teammates around him to then help influence the game. 4 for Mount, and then Antony, I gave him a 3 because he acted like a petulant prick again. He came on and starts mouthing off and getting into it with Doku. We're already down. We're already getting embarrassed at home against one of our biggest rivals. And he's coming on and trying to have a fight. Like a petulant little kid. 3 for me. That is not the attitude we need. We need that fight to try and go and get a goal or win. Not to just try and ruffle some of their players when they've already won the game. Man of the match for me, Onana. I will do a preview for the Fulham game separate in the next few days. But I wasn't expecting us to win this one. We didn't. But again, it's the attitude, the application and the effort from the players that even if you lose, you can do a lot better than you did. And they didn't do it yesterday. It was an embarrassment. It's nothing new, though. And it wasn't the dedication that we should have given for Sir Bobby. Rest in peace. Not good enough from the players yesterday, and we need to bounce back against Fulham. We have to have a response. Catch you guys soon.